What if everything you thought you were was only the beginning? What we're exploring today is not just philosophy, it's not just spirituality. It's a map of human consciousness that has been whispered about by mystics, studied by psychologists, and lived out sometimes painfully by every person who has ever dared to ask the question, who am I, really? We're going to walk through 7 levels of consciousness, from the raw, primal roots of survival all the way up to what the ancient alchemists called the great work, the moment you realize the entire universe lives inside you. Now, here's what I want you to understand before we begin. These levels are not a competition. They are not a ladder where the top is better and the bottom is lesser. They are a journey, a sacred unfolding. And every level you've ever been at, every dark, confused, or struggling moment was necessary, was real, was you. So take a breath. We start at the very beginning. Level 1, the root. Survival and grounding. Lower your voice slightly, grounded and slow. Picture this. You are not yet a thinker. You are not yet a dreamer. You are a body, a living, breathing organism whose only job, whose only instinct is to survive. This is level 1, the root. And I want you to close your eyes for just a moment and imagine it visually. Picture a powerful human figure, strong, ancient-looking, and wrapped around their legs, their torso, their entire being, are the roots of a massive, towering tree, golden and glowing, pushing down through dark subterranean earth, deep, deeper, deeper still. That image isn't just beautiful, it's true. Because before you can build anything, before you can dream, create, love, or transcend, you have to be here, fully planted, fully anchored. You have to have roots. At this level, consciousness is raw and physical. It's the fight or flight response kicking in when danger appears. It's the drive for food, shelter, warmth, and safety. It's the primal hum running underneath everything you do. And here's what most people get wrong about level 1. They think it's primitive. They think once you evolve, you leave this level behind. But the truth? The most grounded, wise, spiritually advanced people in history were obsessed with their roots. They meditated on the earth. They walked barefoot. They understood that your connection to the physical world isn't a weakness. It's your foundation. If you've ever felt anxious, scattered, or like you're floating through life with no direction, there's a very good chance you've become disconnected from level 1, from your root. The work at this level is simple, but it's not easy. Feel your feet on the ground, breathe, eat real food, sleep, honor the body that carries you. Because without the root, there is no tree, and without the tree, there are no leaves that can reach the light. But something is stirring. Deep inside that root, something wants more. Emergence, the awakening of desire. Shift tone, lighter, wonder-filled, almost bliss. Have you ever watched a butterfly emerge from a cocoon? It's one of the most extraordinary things in nature, because from the outside it looks violent. The cocoon shakes, it strains, the creature inside is pushing against every wall that once protected it. And then, slowly, a wing appears, shimmering, fragile, made of something that looks almost like light. That is level 2. This is the moment when pure survival instinct is no longer enough. Something inside you wakes up and whispers, there must be more than this. This is the birth of desire, emotion, self-awareness. At level 2, you begin to feel the duality of your inner world, joy and sadness, love and fear, wanting to connect but also wanting to hide. You start to sense that you are not just a body moving through the world, you are a feeling being, a conscious creature with inner weather patterns all your own. And this is both beautiful and deeply vulnerable. Because the cocoon was safe. The cocoon was known. Stepping out into the open air with brand new wings you've never used before, that takes a kind of courage that doesn't even have a name yet. Many people reach this stage and retreat. The first stirring of self-awareness brings not just wonder, it brings pain. You start to feel things you didn't feel before, longing, confusion, the ache of wanting something you can't quite name. But this is not a sign that something is wrong with you. This is the sign that something is waking up. The work at level 2 is to honor your emotions without being enslaved by them, to let yourself feel, really feel, without drowning, to spread those new wings and trust that the air will hold you, because it will. But now that you're awake, now that you can feel, you start to ask the most dangerous question of all. Who am I? Level 3, form and self. ego and individuation. Imagine standing in front of a mirror, but this mirror is shattered, cracked into 100 mosaic pieces, and in every single fragment you see a different version of your face. One piece shows the confident you, one shows the frightened you, one shows the version of you that laughs too loud at parties because silence feels dangerous. One shows the you that lies awake at 3 a.m. questioning everything. Which one is real? All of them. That's the brutal, beautiful answer. Welcome to Level 3, Form and Self, the level of the ego. Now, the word ego gets a bad reputation. People talk about destroying the ego or transcending the ego like it's something evil. But here's what you need to understand. At this stage of development, the ego is necessary. The ego is the tool your psyche uses to carve out a distinct identity in the world. Your name, your personality, your opinions, your ambitions, the story you tell yourself about who you are and what you deserve. Without a sense of self, there is no you to do the higher work. But here's the catch. The ego, if left unchecked, becomes a prison. It convinces you that the masks you wear for the world are your actual face. It tells you that the fragments in that shattered mirror are too broken to ever be whole. It whispers that protecting your identity is more important than expanding it. At level 3, the work is called individuation, a term coined by the great psychologist Carl Jung. It means the process of becoming a truly integrated individual, looking into the shattered mirror and instead of flinching away, picking up the pieces, holding them to the light, including the dark ones, especially the dark ones. This is where shadow work begins. This is where you start asking hard questions. What am I afraid of? What am I pretending to be? What parts of myself have I locked away because they seemed too ugly, too weak, too strange to show the world? The gift of level 3 is self-knowledge. And self-knowledge, no matter how uncomfortable, is power. Let me offer you a meditation, a way to anchor this journey. Find a comfortable position. Close your eyes if you'd like. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, let go of tension. Breathe naturally. In and out. Imagine a map before you, 7 territories, each one more beautiful, more alive, more real than the last. You are standing in your current territory. You know this place. You recognize its landscape, its boundaries, its familiar patterns. And beyond the boundaries of where you are, you can see the edge of the next territory. It beckons to you. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What becomes possible there? If it feels right, imagine taking that step, moving into the next territory, leaving what you've outgrown behind. Feel the shift in your consciousness. Feel what becomes possible as you move forward. You're not alone in this journey. Every being who's ever awakened is with you, supporting you, celebrating you. All you have to do is say yes. Yes to your growth, yes to your becoming, yes to coming home. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Bring this knowing back into your world. The 7 territories are real. The journey from unconsciousness to home is available to you, right now. Start today. Choose one small way to practice the next territory. One honest action, one tiny step forward. Come back to this work every day. Your evolution matters. Your consciousness matters. The world is waiting for you to come to yourself. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing this journey.